It's Tuesday afternoon and we are live from YouTube. And I'm here to talk about the Mardi Gras Readathon and a few other incidental things. So, as you may have noticed from my last update, I was attempting to participate in the Mardi Gras Readathon, which I believe ends today because it's Pancake Tuesday, Mardi Gras, all those lovely things. Yes, and I do get to eat pancakes today, so yay! Um, and so the books I was attempting to read were A, The Undertaker's Assistant, and B, The Seamstress of New Orleans. Now, I did in fact finish The Undertaker's Assistant, and I really enjoyed it. Um, yeah, it was a good book. I mean, I did find it a tiny bit predictable as to where it was headed, but the journey there was a good read, so I didn't mind it that much. Um, Basically, this is a post-Civil War set in New Orleans, taking place during the time of the I think it was called the Reconstruction. So you've got a lot of politics, a lot of racism in the book. It's well handled, well done. And the main character is Effie. She's a black woman who comes back to New Orleans. She's been more or less raised in the North after the war. Um, I'm not going to tell you why because that's part of the book. Um, and she comes back to New Orleans, kind of in search of her roots, family, something like that. She's looking for something basically, and she has been trained as an undertaker. So she gets a job as an undertaker's assistant, and then she sort of falls in love and infatuation with this black politician, New Orleans. He's a representative. I'm not familiar with U.S. politics too much, so yeah, I'm sure the U.S. people will know more what that was. But so and basically, it's her story of kind of trying to figure out how to woo this guy, and she enlists the help of another woman to do this, and it's sort of their interaction and the way things go. And like I said, I did sort of see where the novel was going, and that's where it went. The ending was pretty much what I thought it would be, but like I said, I enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable read, and other people might not have seen what I seen if they read it. So, but I would give it about a 4 star out of 5 stars for it, and I definitely recommend reading it because I really liked Effie as a character, and I really liked the secondary characters around her. They were well done, well polished. They really they brought you into the story and made you care about the characters quite a bit. Anyway, so whether the plot was a little standard, I don't really mind that much because, like I said, I enjoyed the characters and I enjoyed the journey. So, I did get that one done. So technically, I have participated in the Mardi Gras Readathon and I did it. So yay me. Now for the other book. I did not finish the other book. Not surprising. Because yeah, there were lots of interruptions, and I'll get to that in a minute. So this is The Seamstress of New Orleans. Now, I do not want to say that this was a bad book because I have not gotten very far in it, but as far as I've gotten in it, I really, really enjoy what I'm reading so far. This one looks a bit more. It's kind of along the same lines as it's about women. It's about New Orleans. It's about Mardi Gras, but there's also seems to be some underlying mysteries regarding the husbands of the two main characters in this book. So I'm looking forward to sort of the mysterious aspects. and finding out what's actually going on and what's going on with this book. So I am enjoying it so far, and I will finish it possibly by the end of the month, maybe the end of March. I don't know how it goes because, my reading time has not been good. And I will tell you why in a minute. Get this off. Okay. So basically, um, I've had the regular work to do, which always interferes with the reading time. But we kind of had a snowpocalypse here in Nova Scotia. If you read anything about it, basically, last week we got deluged with snow over 4 days. And Cape Breton, which is not where I live, but that part of the province got up to 150 centimeters of snow in some places, 90 centimeters of snow in other places, and 2.5 centimeters equals an inch. So you work out the math, people. And over on my end, we got we got 20 to 30 centimeters. So that's still quite a lot of snow. So I was digging out, and I had to dig out the end of the driveway 3 times because that's how many times the snowplow went through in order to get the roads cleaned. And snowplow didn't even come through after the first big snow um, until like evening of that day, and that's unusual because they usually get the roads cleaned out in the morning after a snowstorm. So yeah, and guess what? We're getting more snow tonight and into tomorrow. So yay! All the winter, like up until last week, we had barely a tiny bit of snow, hardly any snow, and basically we have gotten the entire winter snowfall in 4 days. Had a little more coming this today and tomorrow. So yeah, so we didn't actually miss the snow; we just got it all at once. Okay, so that's the snow apocalypse part of it. The other thing that cut into the reading time was the DMARC issue over in the getting newsletters. Now, if you are not an author or you don't send out newsletters, you have no idea what I'm talking about, and you should be very grateful for that. Because, yeah, basically, Gmail, Yahoo, Apple, all those email providers decided, well, we're going to try and do something about spam, but we're not going to actually do something that will actually stop the spam. We're just going to do something that's going to annoy everybody else and say we made an effort, as far as I can see. Because I really don't see how this is going to stop a lot of the spam. I mean, it might stop some, but unless the spammer is using a big email provider like MailChimp or MailerLite or the ones like we're using, um, it's not going to do much. I mean, they're still going to get through. They're still going to end up in the spam folder, which they do now anyway. So, what is the point of this? I don't understand it, but we just do what we're told. And so, yeah, we had to figure out a bunch of technical jargon on how to authenticate our domains in order to send out our newsletters and put the DMARC thing in our website DNS. Yeah, and if you're confused and zoning out right now, yeah, just think about all the authors that had to figure this out in order to do it. Feel sorry for us. Trust us. Oh, and a big shout out to the newsletter ninja lady and her group because yeah, she saved us all. Yeah, yeah, she deserves all the kudos because yeah. So that took up a few weeks because I got the validation from, like, I use SendFox. I got the validation, but it wasn't validating. So I had to figure out why. And it turns out it was my fault, not theirs. I would just like to say that SendFox and WordPress, where I host my website, um, did nothing wrong. And they were very nice in helping me figure out what I did wrong, which is basically I put the slash at the end of my website domain name, which is a no-no, apparently. Apparently, you cannot validate the slash. So, yeah. And this is the things we have to figure out. Yeah, we have no technical knowledge, no, yeah, but we still got to do it. So that's the other thing that took up a big chunk of my time for getting the readathon finished. So this is why I only read one book, because yeah, I'm freaking, my brain is freaking exhausted, I tell you. Okay, so I did get a little bit of editing done in January, like I planned on the two Hayward and Anderson stories. Not as much as I'd hoped, but I did get some. I did discover that the fourth story, which is the one I had written first before I decided to make this into a series, actually takes place in Elspeth's point of view as opposed to the other stories, which takes place more or less in Lars's point of view. So if you are reading this series, yeah, the fourth story is going to be from Elspeth's point of view. And it's going to need a little more editing than I thought because, yeah, it's not quite as polished as the other ones. Because, like, I wrote the original story like 3-4 years ago. So there's that. Anyway, so but it is coming and they'll still get published this year. I'm not sure if the timeline's going to stay the same because it's not quite on track, but we'll see. I may have a burst of editing and get it all done. Who knows? Okay, so and the second episode of my Shadows and Ink podcast for Crystal Lake Entertainment is coming up on the 15th of February, just a couple days. So if you liked and listened to episode 1, be sure to catch episode 2. It's with author Felix Blackwell, and it was a very nice conversation, and we had some fun. So please check it out. And of course, I'll be sharing it out. So okay, I've also been busy designing because, yeah, my brain was so dead it needed to, and so been so stressed out the last couple of weeks. I needed to do my designing in order to sort of relax because the art helps me relax. So I've gotten some new designs done, which hopefully I'll be able to get put up in the stores in the next few weeks. So look out for some new designs if you follow the stores. And one last thing is I made a fancy new intro for my YouTube channel. Just sort of a 16-second welcome to my channel video that I put up yesterday. So if you want to pop over to my channel, look at this snazzy little well, if you're a subscriber, you probably won't see it, but it's probably in the video somewhere. So go check it out there because it's for new subscribers. And then I put my and you get to, all you existing subscribers get to listen to me read from fairy tales and nightmares because YouTube does that. Anyway, so that's basically all my updates so far because basically I've been dealing with a lot of issues outside writing and designing. So yeah, not a heck of a lot of work gotten done the end of January, 1st of February, other than the Crystal Lake stuff that I get paid for. And yeah, so it's been a bit of a slow creative month, but I'll probably be back around March for the next update. So be sure to check me out then. And happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Oh, and tomorrow there will be a Drabble Wednesday. It will be a special Valentine's edition of Drabble Wednesday. Um, it won't be a happy, lovey Valentine edition of Drabble Wednesday, but if you want to see some dead people have romance, go over and read the stories next tomorrow over on my website. So that's all for now. Bye.